cosa buena. Dale a tu cuerpo alegría, Macarena. Hey, Macarena.
Dog over there.
Hold on.
Moving that camera around.
Him moving that camera around.
I want to let them know that I really do it for them. You feel me? I'm driving and recording the episode for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Don't end up on what's that page on Twitter? Crazy Clips.
That's gonna be lit. That's good content.
That is. Welcome to another episode of the Three Amibros with your Three Amibros, Troy Way Better, EG, and Lou. It's week 12 in the books, and if you haven't done already, go to the page, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you could get notifications about our new content and all that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff above. Let's just jump right in. Packers at Lions. Thanksgiving turkey day, gobble day. How y'all feel about this game? I thought it was a good game. I don't know about y'all.
First of all, Ayo. Second of all, it was a good game. Jordan Love showed some flashes. Actually, first of all, turkey is overrated. That's a whole different thing.
It is. Honey glazed ham all the way.
I don't think Dalton is better than chicken. Not even steak.
Stay focused.
Yeah, so Jordan Love looked good. Jared Goff looked bad. You know what I'm saying? But the Lions won, right?
Yeah, the Lions. No, the Lions lost. Packers won. Packers
they
packed them up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jordan Love looked good. Jared Goff looked bad. That's what I got from it. And that's second game in a row, Jared Goff has looked bad. They won last week against the Lions. I mean, the Bears. Not the Tigers,
the Bears.
But the Bears, yeah. They won last week. He still looked bad, and they wound up winning. But he looked bad 2 weeks in a row. That's something to watch.
I mean, he had 3 fumbles by himself. I think they had 4 turnovers as a team, but he had 3 fumbles.
Mm-hmm. And last week he had 3 picks.
Yep.
I'm saying.
You're not going to win the game.
He's golfing it up.
You're not going to win the game losing the turnover battle. Troy, what's your thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
I think Jordan Love heard EG talking all that shit last week.
Mm-hmm. He
went out
definitely
on Thursday and balled out. Pause.
I
He
thought
looked
about
pretty
that
good.
too.
He looked like the Jordan Love from the first 2 weeks of the season, but I think that's just a underlying game. He's just Jordan Love is still not him. But it's a good game for the Packers.
It was a good game. It was a good Thanksgiving game. I'm gonna touch on this next subject and let's just move past. Is the Cowboys? Can we put the Cowboys in the conversations with the top 5 teams in the league, or is it? Do we have to see more? Do we have to see them beat like this, like what they've done these past couple of weeks? Do they have to do this against an actual winning team?
For me, I'm gonna just say no. Yes, we can put them top 5. You said top 5 team, right? That was the first question.
Can we put them in the top 5s of the teams of the best teams in the leagues?
Yeah, because I think they can match up with a lot of teams, and they can definitely match up with us being in our division alone. No matter what our record is or whatever, they're always a threat to beat us. And people keep making fuss about who they're spanking on, but they only have in front of them. Like they're beating these they're playing bum opponents, but they're spanking them. So they're doing all that can be done, and they're always a threat with us because they're a division opponent. And they
the question more is, do we have we seen enough out of them beating bad teams? Because they haven't done it against good teams. So that's really my true question. Like, can we really put them in that tier without seeing them do it against a top tier team?
Yeah, we can.
We could put it there, but I do need to see them beat up on a good team. But at the same time, 2 things could be true. You can still put them up there because of how they're winning. Because of how they're winning, you can put them up there, but you can easily take them right off of there if they get spanked up again by another good team, like the Niners.
True.
I think we got to first off put them in the top 5 for the record alone, and second because of what we know that what they're capable of. That team is fire. They are constructed not with the same amount of depth the Eagles and the Niners got, but they, you know what I'm saying? They're a top team. Regardless, on paper, they're a top team. And they're beating up on whoever's in front of them. So you got to put them in the top 5. We know what they're capable of. Just because they haven't beaten the elite teams yet, it's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? They can only play who's on the schedule, like EG said.
Yeah, I mean, I only asked this question only because, I mean, I want to say it's easy to beat up on the bottom feeders of the league. It's not. In the NFL, nothing's given. You still gotta go out there. You still gotta perform. But it's also it's not really. It doesn't give you full confidence in me personally if they're beating up on these bad teams, but they haven't been able to put it together against a good team. I mean, you look at the numbers. They're really good at leading in a game, but they haven't been good when they haven't had the lead.
It's a catch-22 because if they wasn't beating up on bad teams, if they was playing bad teams close, you would question them. If they was losing to the bad teams, you would question them. And now if they beat up on the bad teams, you question them. So it's a catch-22.
Yep. It reminds me of the Eagles last year when we had a little sweet schedule, but we was handling our business. I mean, the only difference is we beat good teams when we had the chance, when we played them. But yeah, like my thing is you can only play who's in front of you. So if you spanking them, then you doing what you got to do. And they're spanking the bad teams. They are getting spanked by the good teams, but it's the Cowboys. We know they're gonna cowboy it up. We don't need to dress it up. we know how their season going to end. And if they run into the Big Daddy Niners again, you know how they're gonna fold. So let the Cowboys have their fun.
All right, let's move on to the Pats at Giants. Did the Pats?
I don't know.
Two questions. This for Troy. One, what was the point of putting Mac Jones back out there? And two, did the Giants do enough to actually lose this? Did it look like they were trying to lose, or did it look like both of them came to compete and it was just going to be whoever won?
Nah, I think both teams was trying to. Somebody had to win, and I think both teams wanted the shit to end in a tie. That's what it was looking like. The Pats wasn't fit. We wasn't having it. That's why we missed the field goal at the end. Because there's no way we should have missed that field goal at the end. That was like a 30-yarder chip shot.
It was like 33, I think. 33
yeah,
yards.
There's no way we should have missed that. So I think starting Mac Jones, the question is why did Bill pull Mac Jones? Because I feel like Mac was doing his job. He was playing horrible in the first half. He was doing his job. He wasn't supposed to win the game. He was, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to win. He was doing his job. So that's all I really took from it. I mean, I'm glad we lost and we got the job done. You know what I'm saying? We got the job done.
You said we got the job done.
Any thoughts before I move on? EG?
I think has nothing to do with the question you asked. I think Mac Jones 1,000% doubled the Pats after this year. I think Bill's tolerance with him, I think his tolerance with them is just not a good match. Bill wants him to make lemonade out of lemon shit or whatever that phrase is, but you can't win because of Mac Jones. Or maybe you could, we don't know, but he can't.
I mean, but he hasn't had a roster around him to show what he can do with a good roster around him.
But we don't right now. We don't. He can't make a mediocre roster look better. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But maybe he could do his thing with a fire roster. But long story short, the match with him and the Pats and building him, and he's competing for his job and practice throughout the week. And they're like, oh, yeah, Mac Jones is going to start because he won his job. You know what I'm saying? I
think his confidence is done.
I was just going to say that. On the flip side of that, Bill ruined him, bro. Really ruined him. Mac had all the potential. He showed it his rookie year. We went to the playoffs with him. I was on the Mac hype train. Mm-hmm. Last year, didn't help him. We gave him a fucking special teams coach as an offensive coordinator. It was, you know what I'm saying? We didn't put the right personnel around him. And then this year, Bill just starts him to bench him. I think that was the fourth time we benched him this year.
Yep.
Just ruins his confidence. I think no matter what situation he ends up in, it's not I mean, he has to end up on a team that's really, really stable and has a veteran quarterback in front of him. He's gonna have to sit behind another quarterback, I think, next
For
year
like
to
a
really
year,
get his
yeah,
confidence
yeah.
back.
I
'Cause
agree.
what he's going
Do
through
you
this
think
year,
if Patty was over there or even A-Rod, would they be able to make this roster shake the way this roster is currently constructed?
I think it'll be more productive.
Yeah, me too. I
But
think
it'd still
A-Rod. I feel
be
like
ultimately the
A-Rod
same record,
especially.
probably.
Maybe
I
I'll give
think
us
they
a
have.
two
I
or
think
three
y'all
more,
have
two more wins.
you have like mediocre receivers and stuff. Like I think you have to be a certain type of player to like. I feel like the right type of quarterback can make that offense go. But you just I don't even know how to explain it. Like you have certain people like what's his name? For instance, y'all got from the Dolphins. Um damn the
Parker.
receiver.
Parker.
Parker,
Devontae.
yeah, Devontae Parker.
Mm-hmm.
He don't get no separation. But if you have a certain type of like A-Rod will throw them back shoulder fades to him, you know what I'm saying? Like something
Mm-hmm.
like that. You need a certain type of quarterback for their weapons. But I don't think I don't think Patty or A-Rod would bring them to the bowl. They'll just
Mhm.
have
And then
more wins. They'll win a few more games.
we just need a quarterback that can extend the plays. Extend the play with his make plays with his feet. You know what I'm saying? When the pocket breaks down, our O line is trash. So we need a quarterback who can move the chains when the receivers aren't getting open, and when no one's getting off the line, no one's beating their man. We need a quarterback that
Hey,
can
yo.
make plays with their feet. So
Mm-hmm.
Matt can do that from time to time, but nobody's threatened by him.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Saints at Falcons. The Falcons finally are using Bijan the way that Bijan should be used, and a little
Mm-hmm.
Bijan sauce on your Cuban sandwich tastes a lot better than the shit sandwich that Arthur Smith or Arthur whatever his name is, Arthur whatever, has been cooking up all season long. Is this a remedy going forward, and the Falcons can actually squeeze out a divisional title, or
You gotta stop dragging that, bro.
He be wilding, yo.
Squeeze out.
Yo. He said Bijan sauce on you.
the
Like, I was like,
Bijan
wow.
sauce? But look,
Bijan
is
mustard.
is this is this the recipe that we're gonna see going forward, or was this one of those we're playing a divisional game, we're gonna shake things up, but then go back to doing the same thing we was doing the rest of the season, the rest of the way
Are you talking about as far as using Bijan
with the
or Bijan's
Falcons
usage?
specifically? Because I mean,
I
you
think
finally get your run game going. You're utilizing, your 6th round, your sixth
6
pick,
overall. Yeah.
yeah, overall pick, and now your offense is actually humming. This is the type of offense that is made for a back like Bijan.
Yeah, I kind of seen this coming because they weren't using him. Obviously, we was talking about how trash Arthur Smith is and how he's not playing Bijan the way he's not using him the way he should be using him.
Right.
And I kind of seen this coming. I was like, if you're not gonna use him the first 10, 11 weeks of the season, it's got to start now. I said that 2 weeks ago, and then that's when he started. That's
Yeah.
when he started using them. Do I think it's a trend for the rest of the season? It has to be. I mean,
Yeah. Yep.
it has to be. Arthur Smith is coaching for his job now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If he hasn't already lost it. So he's going to have to lean on his best player and lean on his playmakers and take it from there.
Yeah, I
Before
think
EG goes, before you go, does this, if they end up making the playoffs, if they end up winning this division, they end up making the playoffs, does this save Arthur Smith's job?
yeah, because I don't think you're gonna fire a playoff coach the year he makes the playoffs. So it might extend his job a little bit, but I don't. It depends. But yeah, I think it definitely saves his job. You're not gonna fire a playoff coach as soon as you make the playoffs. You fire him. But 'cause that's an easy pitch to sell. Like, oh, we made the playoffs last year. Get some more weapons and during the draft we could build, and we could be you know what I'm saying. So that's an easy chip that he can use to extend his job. But as far as the Bijan thing, I think it's the owner who probably put pressure on them to use him because he's like, bro, I'm paying him all this money. We drafted him high. You don't want to use him. Like, you better use that thing. But I'm not even at like I love Bijan, but I'm more so like when the hell are they gonna use Kyle Pitts? That's what I want to know. Like,
Yeah, I
what
mean,
is
but
he
they're
doing
not
with
using
Kyle
Kyle Pitts or Jonu. I mean,
but
neither
Kyle
of
Pitts
the
was
tight ends. You could
like
run
the
a
fourth pick.
really good 12 personnel offense behind them too.
but they should have the same pressure on the pressure he's putting on him to use Bijan. He should be using that
To
same
use
pressure
Kyle?
for Pitts. Yeah, because Pitts got a contract season, I think, next year. Like he's
Yeah.
been just sitting. He got a Ferrari just sitting in the garage.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see them work out a 12 personnel a little bit more, have the threat of the run. I mean, they have we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. They have the perfect roster structured where they could literally be running before AJ and I forget the other
Smitty?
receiver's name in Tennessee before they ended up ultimately leaving. One went to the Jets, just retired this year. The other, obviously, we have him.
Oh, you're talking about Corey
But
Davis.
Corey Davis, yeah. So they have that roster. They had Hunter Henry and they had Jonnu in Tennessee, and then you had Derrick Henry, and then you had Corey, and you have their roster is literally structured the same way it is right now in Tennessee, and you was the offensive coordinator there at the time. That's what blows my mind, that you're not running that offense behind Henry, especially when you don't have. I mean, Ritter's obviously not Tannehill, but Tannehill is not no top tier quarterback. But he put top tier quarterback performances together because of the threat of the run, because of the threat of the play action, because of all of those, all of those tangible things put together. You have that in Atlanta. You're not running it at all. And they have a good two back system in Atlanta right now. Yeah. So it just blows my mind. You're not running. Everything should be running out of 12 personnel. Two tight ends, two running backs. Well, not two running. Well, one running back, but two wide receivers. They have all the tools there. Desmond don't got to do much. Hand the ball off. Have the threat of handing off. Short passes. Boom. Move that ball upfield. It's not hard.
I think
I'm gonna add on to that. I'm gonna add on to that because, for what it's worth, Arthur Smith still isn't using Bijan the way he should be used.
He's not.
Last week, Bijan, he had 16 carries, but that was only 39% of the team's carries. They still gave Tyler Algier more. He had 22 total touches. He just made the most of them.
Yeah.
Because he's Bijan Robinson. Like, I don't know why he doesn't give that man the ball 30, 40 times.
I mean, I wouldn't say 30, 40 times, but I mean, I think a good a good touch limit would be around 25. Because I mean, Algier, he's still a good back that I would ultimately start feeding too. So I mean, I don't know. This one's tough. But like I said, they have the personnel to really turn the tables and run it like Tennessee did when they had all that. They're just not doing it. That's all though. Moving on though. Panthers at Titans.
Wow.
Speaking of the Titans, Panthers at Titans. So the owner, who is a stock guru, a betting guru, bet all his chips on a first-year head coach and getting Bryce Young, and then ends up firing everybody on the offensive side of the coaching staff. Is the Panthers just dysfunctional at this? Like, what's really? They've had what, 3 or 4 head coaches in the past 5 years?
Yeah, Matt Rule, Steve Wilkes, Ron Rivera.
I forgot about Steve.
And what's his name? And him now. Frank Wright. So
Frank Wright.
The answer to your question is as hell. That's it. Like, they're dysfunctional as hell.
Yeah.
The end. And they're trying to ruin my boy Bryce. They need to. I guarantee the next head coach over there is gonna be like the Lions offensive coordinator or like the Dolphins QB coach. I guarantee. But they need to make up their mind, and they're messing up Bryce Young. They're already ruining him, and he's not even 1 year fully. Like, at least let Frank Wright ride the season out. What is the benefit of, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know who they have replacing him.
Well,
Like, what is it? Unless you
there was
have
reports going on that there was dysfunction amongst the coaches. That Frank Reich wasn't getting along with Staley, with Deuce,
I do
and
shit.
it was just there was just a lot of dysfunction as well. Like there wasn't any agreement on what they should do going forward with Bryce Young.
You know what's funny? Now I think about it, they probably looked at the Raiders. They see how the Raiders were. Watch Deuce probably gonna be the next coach for now. Because Deuce, Deuce been due for a head coaching job. He's gonna definitely be the temporary head coach, and he's probably gonna win a couple of games. And then I would love to
Deuce
see.
was fired too. The Deuce was
Deuce got
fired.
fired too. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Deuce was the offensive coordinator. He was fired.
Deuces.
Yeah, Deuce is gone. The head coach, the offensive coordinator, and I think the quarterback coach, if I'm not mistaken.
That don't even,
it was like
that
three
don't even
coaches
make
that got
sense.
fired.
That don't even make sense then, because what the hell is your backup plan in the middle of the
Now they
season?
got Greg
I
Olsen.
think they have the special teams coach or the defensive
That's
coordinator.
stupid
One
as
of
hell.
them they took over head coaching duties.
That's stupid. You should let him try to continue to develop Bryce Young and then fire him in the offseason. Like, what benefit do you get now from firing him now, outside of just nothing but frustration, as he should be?
The Panthers are turning back into those same dysfunctional, trash-ass Panthers organization that it was before Cam.
Yeah,
That's how they ended up with Cam in the number one pick.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they right back into that same mold.
well, let's discuss the Bills at Eagles before EG gets blipped out again. But yeah, so the Eagles had a miraculous comeback, down 17-7 going into the half. The best player on the field was a man that goes by the name of Josh Allen, and then they still end up losing ultimately in overtime by miraculous late game play calling by Brian Johnson and the heroics of the it factor, Mr. Jalen Hurts. How do y'all feel about this game?
I got two words, bro. I got two words. You know what I'm saying? One is an animal, and one is a size. Chicken Little. Man, we don't be talking about Jake Elliott how we should be talking about Jake Elliott. Now, I'm going to
wait, hold on. Before you go, EG, I'm a stat man. Yeah, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Kicks over 50 yards, right? Kicks over 50 yards.
Okay.
Justin Tucker, who's considered to be the greatest kicker in the history of the NFL, one of them at least, right? 3 for 14 from kicks beyond 55 yards, right? From kicks beyond 50 yards, he's 7 for 20. Yeah, Jake Elliott, 8 for 8. Anything beyond 50 yards.
Mr. ACG himself. Chicken Little, man, we got to start talking about him being a top 5 player on our team. Because he's definitely a top 5 kicker. We got to start talking about Jake Elliott as a weapon. I had zero faith in that kick. It was raining. It was over. I said, oh, yeah, game over. But nope. Jake said, nope. Hold your horses, buddy. So, Jake Elliott, man.
Quick question, EG. Was this kick better than the one in the Meadowlands?
Hell yeah. The Meadowlands was like, it was a 61-yarder. It was just far. This one was far with rain. I had zero. Like,
with pressure. More pressure.
Yeah, well, the other one was a game winner. This one was to go to
overtime. I think the other one. I think that both of them was equal pressure, but this one was in worse playing conditions.
Distance. That was just distance. Like, can he get it 61
in the
yards?
Condition.
This was distance with rain and all. I said, yo, don't even kick.
And he still had a couple yards to spare.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's when I really yelled. That was the first time I think I screamed that game. But outside of that, bro, like, I love how relentless we are. And how we always find ways to win. And for the most part, there's never a doubt. But we're not going to win a Super Bowl like this. I can tell you that right now.
No, we're not.
All this coming back every game, we're not going to win a Super Bowl like this. Having turnovers every single game, we're not going to win a Super Bowl. And we will lose a playoff game. We will get knocked out of the playoffs doing all this stupid shit. Like, Brian Johnson, I wanted to kill him in the beginning. But then
the play calling was ass in the beginning.
Yeah, but then I also seen that we got a touchdown from that same play calling. So I realized he be jabbing a lot. He'll do a couple of jabs the first half and then throw a hook the second half. So I realized he be setting up plays. It'd be I don't.
Do you think
know how I
he
feel about
mirrors what the side does on the other side?
No, I think Desai does his own thing and then adjusts. I think Brian Johnson does whatever plays. I feel like he already got that scripted out.
Mm.
And when it's time to adjust, we just run the ball. Like that's his adjustment. But yeah, I don't know. I just know we need to get this offense right quick because especially the first half offense. Quick, because it's getting bad. And the comebacks is cool and all that, but it's only cool because we winning. If we losing these games, it would be a whole different feeling. But shout out to Jalen. Shout out to Smitty. Shout out to Brian Johnson for he gave up forcing the ball to AJ when he's getting triple team and using skinny Batman, wide receiver 1B. You know what I'm saying? Devontae's still here.
Well, I
here.
still need him to
elite.
get rid of these screens to fucking Julio Jones.
But Devontae
you got to get rid of these screens to Julio.
But Smitty scored off of a fake screen to
No.
Julio.
I understand that. Like I get the concept of it, but I'd much rather a screen toss to like Zacchaeus or Watkins is back. I know Watkins don't really see the field the way that but I mean I trust Zacchaeus. I trust Zacchaeus to take that screen. I just think that Julio is not as explosive, so why throw the screen to him?
But Julio
and you have better yardage out of doing screens to Smitty.
I mean, yeah, that too. But Smitty is actually our deep threat. He's our Watkins. Since Watkins been out, Smitty has been our deep threat. And Julio is still like 6'2", 6'3", 220. Like he's still
to throw
big
screens too, though. Like he's not moving the way he used to move.
Yeah, but
I'm not throwing him a screen. I throw AJ a screen before I throw Jones a screen.
Yeah. AJ doing everything else. You know what I'm saying? Julio probably can't get separation the same way that he used to. So yeah, he's not a small dude. He's the biggest out of tackle. The screens itself, though, he's not working. It's not really Julio. It's just the play calling when they calling and all that. I don't like.
Yeah,
but I said, it set up the Smitty touchdown. And shout out to Josh Allen because Josh Allen was balling. He threw a beam to Stephon. And Bradbury Bradbury is dead trash to me. He caught the pick, which was a great play, but I agree with Debo. Bradbury is trash. He's garbage.
I don't know. PFF says different.
PFF be making shit up because I've seen them grade Jordan Mailata high as hell when I watched him get killed one game. But Bradbury, with my own eyes, Bradbury is trash.
All right, question for Troy, unbiased, being that you're not an Eagle fan, you're just a casual watcher that likes a lot of the players on the team. The tackle that Reddick made on where did Troy go? Is Troy here?
Oh man. No, I don't see him on my screen either.
He just disappeared. Well, I'll go to. I guess I'll ask you the question since Troy just disappeared. The tackle that Reddick made on Josh Allen was that a horse collar or was it the back of the jersey? Because when I watched the replay, it looked like he had the back of the jersey, but he didn't get up under what would be classified as a horse collar.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like a horse collar. I thought it was. I thought they missed the call. But also, people was mad that they missed the call, but they also got to understand it's raining. So it's hard for the refs to see, like, every little thing. So maybe, but I mean, I thought it was a horse collar. But I wasn't 1,000% sure, and I didn't rewatch it. But I definitely thought it was a horse collar.
Yeah, I watched the video a couple of times in the slow motion on the replay. It didn't look like a horse collar to me only because he had the back of the jersey, he didn't hook underneath the pads or anything. It wasn't pads, yeah. Troy, how do you feel? Do you feel that particular play was a horse collar?
Well, I'm gonna just give my breakdown on the game in general. First of all, the Eagles are top tier in the NFL.
Talk about it.
Like, it's the Eagles, and then it's the rest of the league, bro. The fact that y'all haven't played a complete game yet and still 10-1 is wild. So, hats off. Watching y'all beat the Bills was icing on the cake, and the fact that y'all 10-1 and y'all running through the gauntlet right now.
And the gauntlet,
bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Cowboys,
bro.
The Chiefs, the Dolphins, the Bills,
battle tested.
Y'all beat the 49ers Sunday. They might as well just give you the bye until the conference playoffs. Like that's it. Conference championship, give them the bye. Yeah, that's my take on it.
All right. Well, two particular plays. The AJ Brown catch that set up the kick, the field goal. Do you feel that was a fumble? There's a lot of people saying that was a fumble.
Yeah, people just
He didn't
crying.
get the second foot down.
Yeah, no, it was the third
Boy,
foot. Like they don't understand.
I don't think he had full possession because he was still pulling into his body and the ball was still moving.
He had possession. He just didn't get that.
I don't think he had. Bro, look at the replay again. When he's pulling it to his body, the ball is still moving.
I mean,
he doesn't fully pull it to his body.
It got knocked out simultaneously. He had it, and it got knocked out simultaneously.
And the ball could move. That's a fumble you're talking about. But the ball could move as long as you turn it and head upfield. The ball can move.
Yeah, but he didn't turn upfield yet.
No, he was, but he wasn't 3 steps upfield yet. It's the third step that saved him. He never got that third foot down.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really. I already knew instantly it was an incomplete. And if people just be crying, they need to understand too. It's like they need to understand how the replay and all that system go. First of all, when something happens, whatever they say, that's why it's very important what they call on the field. I thought this was on landscape.
They called the fumble.
Did they call a fumble?
Yeah,
they called the fumble.
They called the fumble. Go back and watch it. They called the fumble and then overturned it. I'm telling you, they called the fumble.
Because if it was a fumble, they would have
had it challenged. They would have had to get challenged. Who overturned it?
No, they can't challenge it. It's below 2 minutes. It's automatic replay.
Then that's what I'm saying. Then
they
don't
called
make
sense. It was an incomplete pass and they confirmed it, bro.
Yeah, because if they called the fumble,
it was an incomplete pass.
Would have to. That's why I said it's important.
It would have to be indisputable evidence if it was a fumble.
If they called the fumble, one of us would have had to challenge it. One of us would have had to challenge. We would have had to challenge it to get the ball back if they called the fumble on the. That's why I say when something happens, whatever they call on the field is important because once they call something on the field, that's law until the replay clearly overturns it. If the replay don't clearly overturn it, even if they're wrong, then party done. That's why it's always important what they call on the field. But y'all run the episode. I'm covering the joint. Y'all run the rest of the episode without me. I might bounce back in and we won't see. But I hit y'all. EG out.
All right.
Yeah, they waiting for me and all that. I'm doing bad different game signs. I'm gonna get fired. I'm all at y'all.
EG dropping off.
All right. Where we at? Jags at Texans. Let's just move on. Oh shoot, we gotta do our power rankings. This is time for power rankings. We'll get EGs later. Jags at Texans. The Texans ultimately fall short. Almost got the victory, pulling everything out, but this is a game of facts, not what ifs. How'd you feel about this game?
That was another exciting game this weekend. Another exciting game. It's going to be fun to watch CJ and Trev go at it for the next who knows how many more years. But that was a really good game. Texans should have won it. They kick it in, come through at the end, but that was a really entertaining game. That was a really entertaining game.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, CJ 26 for 36, 300 yards, 2 tutties.
Mm-hmm.
You know, clean football. He played a phenomenal game. Try to bring him back as well. And yeah, I mean this should have been one of the games that went into overtime. And I was hoping that it did go into overtime, just because of how everything was playing out and how everything was going on. I think that it would have been a light show in overtime. But ultimately, Jacksonville wins, and the Houston's still hanging on to a playoff spot. They
out right now? They on the outside looking in now. That loss dropped them out, but that was kind of a playoff matchup. They had a playoff.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so they've tied. They tied with Jacksonville now having a tiebreaker. No, this is the first game they played. This is the second.
This is their first.
Did they win the first one?
They play again in 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah. So ultimately, the Texans still have a shot to ultimately win the division. Do you think that they win these next 2 games, that Jacksonville will be eliminated, or you think Jacksonville still has a shot to make it as well?
They got some work to do. Jacksonville's 8-3. The Texans are 6-5. They got some work to do, but it all goes hand in hand. I think the Jags have the Bengals this week. Then they have
That's
the
winnable.
Browns. Then they have the
That's
Ravens. They
very
have
winnable.
basically the whole AFC North.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have the AFC South. NFC South, my bad. They got the Bucks and the Panthers. Those are winnable games.
Yeah.
But the
I
Jags
mean,
are
they
about to go
could
through
run
a
the
gauntlet.
gauntlet. They could turn the tables, but I think it's this is gonna be tough because if the Texans are on the outside right now looking in, what worries me is ultimately them falling. I mean, well, technically, this is already a successful season for them.
Definitely.
They wasn't expected to win 6 games
Mm-hmm.
at all. They're at 6-6 currently. They're 500 and
6-5. 6-5. They're over 500.
6-5, right? So they're over 500. So at the end of the day, whatever happens moving forward is nothing but a confidence boost, and it's something to build on going into next year, regardless of what happens. If they make the playoffs or not. I still think that them not making the playoffs kind of benefits them, not only in draft stocking, but also you don't want to throw your young guys into the, we both know the playoffs is a different animal, it's a different beast than a regular season. Things kind of slow down, it gets nasty. You want them to get that experience, but I think that this experience that they're going through this season and missing the playoffs is going to fuel them going forward rather than them going to the playoffs and maybe getting smacked by like maybe the Chiefs or the Dolphins or one of these other teams. They'll have a better nucleus moving forward. But I think that they should miss the playoffs only because of draft seeding. To try to build off of what they're already building off of.
I don't know. I don't agree with that too much. I think they can compete with any team in the AFC. Currently, crazy. I think they can compete with the Dolphins. I think they can compete with the Chiefs. I think they can compete with and go toe to toe with any of the teams in the AFC, especially now with the Browns losing Deshaun. That defense is still elite, but I think they can, and they've proven it already. They've proven it. It's a big game this week. They got the Broncos, but then they got the Jets, they got the Titans, they got the Browns, then they got the Titans again, and then they got the Colts. They got a lot of winnable games that could get them into the playoffs. And then, like you said, I mean, it would help them not making it for draft reasons, but I don't think it'll really hurt them to get in because look at the Bengals. Jamar Chase went to the Super Bowl his rookie year. That didn't shake his confidence.
Well, I'm not saying as far as shaking confidence, I think that it'll be a confidence boost making the playoffs, but I'm thinking more of long-term future. You know what I'm saying? You want better draft stock moving forward to fulfill more weapons, whether it be defensive or offensive going into the draft. And then on top of that, they've already exceeded expectations. Anything else is just icing on the cake. So them making the playoffs to me is it would be a huge confidence boost, but I feel like their confidence is already high. Yeah. Look at the season that they're having. Their confidence is, look, we could go in and we could compete with any team. We have our franchise quarterback. It's the complete opposite of what's going on in Carolina. Houston found their head coach, and they found their quarterback moving forward. Now what you need to do is figure out the pieces that you're gonna move around him, because in my opinion, moving forward, CJ is arguably in a better situation than Trevor Lawrence.
I agree. The Texans are set up for success for a long time, and like I said, it helped. They don't need to rely on draft stocking, whether it be mid-round, late round. They can make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Well, now
they have a ton of salary
cap.
The cap.
Right, they have the cap, and
they have a ton of salary cap,
and now they're desirable.
There you go.
Chiefs at Raiders. All the Chiefs are back, or is it just a divisional game and we shouldn't really put too much stock into things?
I don't know. It took them a whole half to figure it out. It
did.
Chiefs,
but they finally scored in the second half.
They scored in the second half. They didn't score in that first half.
They didn't.
So I'm not going to put too much stock in it. They're not going to win playoff games like that. They are probably the most shaky team in the AFC right now, to me.
And that's crazy, having an elite quarterback, an elite tight end, and then you finally find your number two. Me and you outside the podcast, you've been talking to me, keep saying start Rasheed.
Mm-hmm.
Why you got him on your bench? Start him. The 1 week I end up not starting him, not taking your advice, goes off.
Of
Monster
course,
game.
that works.
I think that Rashee Rice, even though he's a rookie, and I get Andy Reid wanted to kind of ease him into everything, get the playbook learned and learn all the routes and everything. But the thing is, when you have a quarterback like Pat Mahomes, where when chaos happens, it becomes backyard. There's no routes. Yeah, you run your initial route, but you have a quarterback that could escape. You have a quarterback that could create and extend the play. Now your job is to find the pocket, find an open space where you have your quarterback to throw to. Kelsey is a genius at doing exactly that. Is why he's one of the best tight ends in the league. Rashee Rice is learning. There was a play in the third quarter. Everything was breaking down. You have what's the white boy? Crosby.
On defense, Max Crosby.
Max Crosby. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I'm saying the name right. Crosby's coming off the edge, clean. You have Mahomes. He goes out to his right. Rashee had an in route. He broke away, seeing everything that's going on. Travis is on the other side of him. He works his way back to the other side of the field and turns up. First down. If you don't have the other receivers out there, they lead the league in drops right now. 29, 30 drops right now?
Ridiculous.
They lead the league in drops right now. When you don't trust the other receivers, but you're trusting your rookie, one, that says a lot about your rookie, but two, that also says a lot about the chemistry that you're going to have moving forward. This is somebody that, all right, I could rely on. Yeah, he's just a rook, but guess what? I can rely on him moving forward. Do you feel that this a 1-2 tandem with Travis and Rashee is going to help, or does the other receivers have to step up as well?
Yeah, it obviously helps. You need a 1B to Travis's 1A. They've been looking for it all year, and I've been saying it was going to be Rashee from.
You said it draft day. You said it draft day.
Yeah, it just didn't take. It just took longer than expected, and it's still, what I'm saying, it's still a work in progress. I still got to see it consistently, but that's the hope. I think that's what the Chiefs are banking on. That's what Andy Reid is banking on. That's what Pat Mahomes is banking on, because they can't catch for shit. But it definitely helps, because somebody other than Travis is going to have to make a play when it comes playoff time.
Yeah, I agree. You know what's crazy? I always thought that Mecole Hardman was going to turn into that 2-3 kind of mold where he's going to be a reliable guy out of the slot. And he has all the skills. Like, he has the skill set to do that. He has the speed.
Yeah, but he's hurt now.
That's the thing. He's been hurt. That's why he hasn't been that guy, because he's been consistently hurt. Last year in the Super Bowl, they could have used him in the Super Bowl. His hands are reliable.
Yeah.
He's not reliable on the field because he's not on the field. You think that when Mecole comes back, that there can be a better gelling of things? Mecole knows the system. He knows Andy Reid. He knows Patty. He knows the system. Now you have Rashee Rice implemented nicely. Does that become your three? Does that become the three tiers, especially with Pacheco running angry out of the backfield?
No, I don't think so, because Mecole was there. They got him back at the trade deadline. He was there for a few weeks, and they still didn't use him as that piece. So
what was the point of Andy trading for him?
I just think he wanted a familiar. He didn't want to go get a new receiver to pick up the playbook. Mecole was available, knows the system.
Do you think Do you think that the Chiefs missed the opportunity to get somebody like a D Hop or Mike Evans? Do you think that he missed out on the opportunity to add a better weapon for Pat at the trade deadline?
Absolutely, of course,
You
but
think
I don't put it past them to try to go get one this offseason.
well, aside from the offseason, do you think this hurts their chances of winning a Super Bowl?
Right now, yeah. Like I said, somebody has to prove that they can make the play when it comes playoff time. So, we'll see.
Browns at Broncos. We've been saying it all season. Russ was never the issue. It wasn't Russ. Now they're finally putting things together, but are they benefiting off of other play, or they're benefiting because the Broncos are finally gelling and putting it together?
No, they put it together. Gotta give them their credit. They put it together. They won 5 in a row. Like I said last time, they could have easily packed it in after they got smacked and let the Dolphins put up 70 on them. All the players could have just hung their head. The morale could have been down. They could have went on a 5-game losing streak since then, but they turned it around. Everyone bought into Sean Payton, rallied around. That's what you want. That's what winning football teams do, and that's what they're doing now. They got a competent Super Bowl winning quarterback, so it's not like they have inexperience leading them.
Right.
Russ is
and they have
cooking.
a top 10 defense.
Yep, and they're dangerous. They're dangerous with Dangerous leading them.
Who's the more scary team leading with the more scary quarterback coming out of that same division, the Chiefs or the Broncos?
Right now, I give it to the Broncos. I got way more faith. It's crazy saying that, but I got way more faith in the Broncos. I back the Broncos before I back the Chiefs.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. I think it's more of the defense. I mean, you look at the defenses. I think the Chiefs' defenses had Chiefs defense has
they top 5 still.
They've elevated, but I still would put the Broncos defense. I trust the Broncos defense more than I trust the Chiefs defense, and I think I trust the Broncos offense more than I trust the Chiefs offense. So I think that's where it comes down to.
I got it.
I don't
vice
trust
versa.
the coaching as much. I think I trust Andy more than I trust Sean. But right now, I would have to say I trust the Broncos offense more than I trust the Chiefs offense.
Yeah, definitely.
Ravens at Chargers. This was a very winnable game for the Chargers. It literally came down to the fourth quarter. This was a winnable game. Is this more of Justin Herbert not having that it like Jalen Hurts has that it factor? Or was it just the Baltimore Ravens being a really good team putting another good team away?
A little bit of both. I had the Ravens winning that game. I bet on that game. I had the Ravens winning. It's a little bit of both. Like I said, just Ravens, they're a good team. They remind me a lot of when I was talking about the Eagles earlier, the Eagles this year remind me a lot of the Ravens the past few years. How they squeak by, they find ways to win. They don't play their best football, but they beat good teams during the regular season. They find ways to win, but then they lose in the playoffs because it doesn't carry over. The Eagles need to start putting it together and play complete games, or else that's going to be this year. But the Ravens aren't going to win a lot of games with Lamar throwing for 177 yards. Just not.
Yeah.
Beating the Chargers with Lamar passing for 1 touchdown and 170 yards is, you know what I'm saying? That says a lot of how they just found a way to win. But on the flip side, you got Justin Herbert just not having that dog in him. You know what I'm saying? On the flip side, they played great defense. I think he threw almost 50 times and didn't hit 300 yards.
44.
Yeah. And he only had 200 yards passing, 215?
217. And it's crazy because he led the team in rushing.
And he led the team in rushing.
Led the team in rushing.
So the Chargers are a real inconsistent team. They're proving it again this year.
Do you think this is a combination of do you think Brandon Staley lost the locker room prior to this game? Not even going into this game. But do you think Brandon Staley lost his locker room?
I don't think he lost the locker room because they still playing for him. They're still playing meaningful football. They're still playing games. They're still in games. Once they start getting blown out and they start getting and it looks like they're just uninterested on the field, that's when you know the team, that coach has lost the locker room. But I don't think he's lost the locker room. I think he lost his job, yeah. But the players are still playing. The team is still competing. They're still trying to make the playoffs. So,
well, I think mathematically, but right now, the way that it's trending, I don't think they make the playoffs.
Nah.
Yeah. And our last game of the week, the Monday night game, the snooze fest. Bears at Vikings. EG's back for this.
Goes from the dead.
Bears at Vikings. This was a snooze fest. First of all, I think there was like a combined 8 turnovers. Combined. Josh Dobbs looked like
put some respect on the Pastronauts' name.
He didn't look like a pastronaut. He looked like an ass tronaut.
Yeah.
Like this was a bad game. I mean, Justin Fields didn't look too good either. But he did look better and he got his team in position and they ultimately won this game. This is a 2-part question. First part, does this hurt the Vikings' chances on making the playoffs on the NFC side? And 2, is Justin Fields showing enough, not only this season, but the last couple of games he's played, but the entire season? Has he shown enough to still be the starter in Chicago?
All right. So to start off the first part, I think the Vikings are under 500 now, so the loss definitely hurts their playoff chances.
It does.
But it's going to hurt even more if they don't get Justin Jefferson back soon. I still got faith in Josh Dobbs. That game was crazy. I'm not going to put every one of those interceptions on him, but every pass that man makes is a risk. Yeah, and that's – you don't want that, when you're trying to fight for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
On the flip side, I don't think Justin is the problem in Chicago. I'm not going to put that all on him like I would with Mac in New England. I think Justin can win you games. You can win because of Justin Fields, and he showed it this game. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it. The question is, has he shown enough to remain the starter?
He has, because he came back from injury. Before the injury, he was balling. Last year, he was balling. You know what I'm saying? He can pass. Justin Fields.
He has all the tools.
Huh?
He has all the tools. He can pass.
Yeah, all the tools. He can make all the throws. He can make plays with his feet. You can win with Justin Fields. You can win because of Justin Fields. You just got to give him the talent. I feel like if they put a roster around him, similar to what the Eagles did to Jalen, he's in the MVP conversation easily. Easily.
I'm not mad at that take at all. EG.
Nah, I agree. I think I told you the worst thing that could happen to him this year was him getting hurt, because he was.
Great talk. Hey, we'll be back after these messages.
This joint was muted the whole time? I'm tight. I said, that's crazy. It's a good thing you said that, because I'd have still been talking. I said the worst thing that could happen to him probably happened to him getting hurt, because he started balling before he got hurt, and then now it's like he's shaking himself back into football playing. Whatever, I think it was his thumb, right? Didn't he? It was his thumb.
Yeah, it's throwing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But like, he was definitely balling, and it's like I'm with Troy. It's not just Hurts no more. It's a whole Chicago. You gotta have to build. He needs more weapons in general. He needs more weapons. O-line need to get better. He still needs to get better too. He's not perfect himself. But what's their game plan? Caleb Williams one of them?
Say that one more time.
He said, "What's the game plan to draft?"
What's the alternative?
It just depends. I mean, if I'm the Bears and I end up with the number one,
they got to get Marvin Harrison.
I would get Marvin Harrison.
Keep Justin. Get Marvin Harrison.
I would get Marvin Harrison, and I think that, like you guys said, if you open up the playbook for him, you surround him with the weapons that could run. And you just let him go out there, I think that he can like Troy said, he would be in the MVP conversation. He
I
has
think-
all the tools, all the intangibles. He has everything Jalen Hurts has, but weapons. That's it.
Yeah.
That's literally the difference between him and Jalen. I think him and Jalen are almost. I think that he has a better arm than Jalen.
I would
think
calm
so,
down
too.
with that. Physically, he's way better than Jalen.
No, but
I
that's
think he's a
what I'm
little more
trying to say.
accurate than Jalen too.
Outside
But
of
what I'm saying is, as far as the it factor, as far as the leadership, as far as everything that we see in Jalen, the intangibles, aside from the athletics, aside from the physicals, Fields has everything that Jalen has. The only thing he doesn't have is the weapons.
I ain't going that far. I love Fields, but he has yet to show me. He gotta show me he can win these games consistently and all. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, you can't win the games. You can't win the games with the constructed roster that they have around.
You can't put it on.
You're relying on Mooney. Mooney is not shining. He hasn't shined. You're relying on your other.
Mooney's not shining.
Mooney.
No pun intended.
And you have a 1/2 on the other side that you traded for. But the thing is,
DJ's a 1. DJ's playing like a 1.
DJ is a 1, but the thing is, he hasn't been playing like a 1. And
What?
the reason why he's not playing like
what?
Hear me out. The reason why he's not playing to his full potential as a 1 that he should be is because on the other side of the field, you don't have anybody that's going to take your eyes off of him. Everybody is bracketing him. They're double to triple teaming him because he's the only reliable person that you could throw to.
Bro, so that's a 1. If they are bracketing you and they are focused on you and you are still going for 114, 96.
I'm not saying he's not a 1.
He went for 230 yards this year, bro.
I'm not saying he's not a 1. What I'm saying is he can't be the true number 1. He's a number 1. What I'm saying is he can't be a true number 1 because of the fact that he doesn't have anybody on the other side that Fields.
Bro, that makes him a 1.
That's flawed.
Wow. All right. I guess I'm not saying it right. I'm not saying it right. But I'm not saying it right. What I'm saying is,
if you're a 1, it don't matter who's with you.
Okay. He's a 1. What I'm saying is, as far as with Fields, there's no other weapons for him to throw to other than DJ. That's it.
You can say
no other weapons for him to throw to other than DJ.
Yeah, Cole Kmet.
He got Cole Kmet, who's basically his Mark Andrews to Lamar Jackson.
But he's a lesser Mark Andrews. But he's
a lesser Mark Andrews. But what I'm saying is, where's everything else? Where's the run game? Where's
that's an injury? That's a weird injury thing. That their run game is cursed. Their running back is cursed.
They had one of the best run games. They had one of the best running games in the league
prior
until a few weeks ago. When the injury started piling on, but they were one of the best rushing teams in football.
Yeah, with Foreman and all that.
Herbert was going crazy.
Herbert went down. Foreman went down. They just injured.
Sean Johnson got hurt.
Out on their side. Yep.
Okay, we could all agree on one thing, right? He doesn't have the weapons currently, right? Mm-hmm. He doesn't. He doesn't have the weapons currently, and that's currently with DJ. That's currently with their running back stable. That's currently with Cole Kmet. He doesn't have the weapons around him. He just has DJ. That's it. It's the only person that he could reliably throw to. Mm-hmm. Cole Kmet hasn't been the tight end blanket, the guy that can be reliable in the middle of the field that you need him to be. He doesn't have another person on the other side of the field of DJ. There's nobody other than DJ that he can throw to. Period.
So DJ's not a 1 because of that, is what you're saying?
No. I'm not saying DJ's not a 1. I'm just saying. I'm saying what I'm saying is. There is any other weapons other than DJ. I'm not even talking about number 1s. I'm not talking about number 2. I'm not talking about anything. DJ is a number 1, period. He's the reason why they traded. They gave up their pick to get DJs because they believe in DJ, and DJ has shown that he's worth the trade, period. What I'm saying is Fields would be in the same position as Hurts if he was surrounded by the same talent that Hurts is surrounded by.
I'm not ready to say that because Hurts, I mean, we talk about the lack of weapons, which is true, but Fields still has enough to show a little bit more. He needs to take some accountability.
Let me ask you a question. Prior to AJ coming, how much did Jalen show you? Prior to AJ coming to the Eagles, prior to the trade, how much did Jalen show you? Because you wasn't sold. You're still not sold on Jalen.
He was terrible. Jalen
You're
was
still
terrible.
not sure. All right then.
But I don't.
Jalen
think
is
AJ
terrible
made-
right now too.
I
So
mean,
you're telling
AJ
me
made him
if
fire,
he
too.
doesn't have Marvin Harrison on one side and he has DJ on the other side, he's not going to show what
I'm gonna
Hurts
shut
has
it down.
shown with
Marvin
Smitty and
Harrison
AJ.
Listen,
Jr. off the jump.
It's a-
Marvin Harrison Jr. is a rookie, so you don't
Yeah.
even know what he's going to be in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then two, I think if God forbid,
How many
AJ got hurt
yards
right now,
Smitty had as a rookie?
Hold on.
How many yards Smitty had as a rookie?
Almost 1,000.
All right,
900
then.
some change.
All right then, and you're telling me
No,
you're telling me
Marvin's gonna
Marvin
take over
can't
from day
duplicate
one.
that next to DJ?
No, every rookie is not the same though. What are you talking about? Smitty was the
yeah,
he
but
won the
Marv is
Heisman
a
as
better
receiver.
prospect than Chase. Marv is a better prospect than Justin Jefferson was. Marv is a better prospect than.
That's what I'm trying to
He's
say.
generational.
You're
He would've
telling
been
me that
Smitty
Marvin
if-
can't
if-
duplicate
well, I mean,
or
bro.
even
No, we don't know that.
excruplicate
We don't know that.
what Smitty did with
Bro,
DJ on the
Smitty
other
won
side.
the Heisman.
Smitty did it.
Smitty won the
Smitty did
Heisman
it,
as
and
a
he didn't have
receiver.
nobody on the other side.
Smitty
He didn't have
won the
nobody on the other
Heisman
side.
He won the Heisman as a receiver.
Okay,
That's
okay,
never been done
and
before.
Marvin Harrison
What
Jr.
has he
has
done?
been in the
Has
Heisman
been elite.
conversation for the past 3
That don't
years.
mean- okay, everybody be in a Heisman conversation. Smitty won the Heisman as a receiver. That has never been done. If Smitty wasn't skinny, they would be talking about him like his draft status and everything would have been his boom. All that would have been way crazier if he wasn't skinny. He won the Heisman as a receiver. He was the best player in college.
I get
as a
that,
re-
but what I'm trying to
that's
say
never
is
been
you
done
have
before.
Get that, but
what I'm
who's
trying to
his
say
quarterback?
is Smitty ain't have nobody on the other side, and he still almost had 1,000 yards.
Yeah, but
You're
you
telling
can't
me that
compare
with
every
DJ on the
single
other
rookie.
side, Marvin's not going to replicate Smitty's season,
No, I
and
believe
Fields
he
is if Fields is not going to
I believe he could.
step up and show that he's better than
Listen,
Jalen
But
at,
all right,
at
hold on,
one
go back,
point.
'cause you-
We
'cause
don't
you
know what's
messed up
gonna
with my
happen.
other point. If
We
you
don't know what's
rewinded,
gonna
I
happen.
was saying, God forbid AJ went down today. I think Hurts would still be fired. I don't think Hurts is nowhere near the bum ass quarterback he was his first start. He was completely different. It wasn't AJ didn't. I mean, AJ of course made him better, but AJ is not the reason he took that super jump. He just was in a lab and took that super jump. But if AJ got hurt today, God forbid, Hurts would still be a good quarterback. I don't think he would revert back into his first year. He was terrible his first year.
So you think Fields would?
No,
You don't
what?
think
No.
that Fields would take? You don't think that Fields is capable of taking that leap?
I don't know. Fields is in his third year, bro. I love Fields, but we got to give him some accountability.
every quarterback has had a question mark next to them until they had a weapon, until the team improved around them. Josh Allen had a question mark on him before the Bills went out and got Diggs. Jalen had a question mark on him before the Eagles went out and got AJ.
And Fields
Same thing with Tua.
prior to the injury, Fields was balling, and DJ just put up 200 yards. So at the end of the day, Fields has shown with a reliable weapon and a true number one that he can elevate his
That
game.
was the Thursday game, right? I mean, if you want to keep it G, that 200 game was screens. I watched that game. It was screens and it was DJ getting yak. Fields is, don't get me wrong, Fields is my guy. I didn't give up on him. But we're not going to sit here. First of all, he needs some accountability because prior to that little hot run he had, he still has not been good this season for the most part. Second of all,
But you got to put the coaching and everything into effect too.
That's what I'm trying to say.
His coordinators haven't been
There's a
putting
lot
him
of
in the
different
best position
factors. You
either.
can't
No,
put
I'm
everything
saying
on Fields.
we've been
I'm not
sitting here-
putting every
I'm
all
not
the
put-
Bears
I'm
down
not- no.
Fields.
But we put
on
nothing
Fields.
on Fields. That's what I'm saying. We've been sitting here blaming everybody but Fields. So now it's time to blame Fields too. We just blame everybody.
I'm
but
not
Fields.
saying he's perfect. Of course not.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Lou's
there's no
trying to make him
blemishes.
sound perfect, and everybody else fault. Fields needs some blame too for himself. Fields has not been. He's in his
All
third
right,
year.
I get it. I get it. I understand that.
I will say
I'm not
this
mad at
though.
that.
I will say this though. The Bears, speaking of perfect, I think the Bears are the perfect situation for any coach or GM this offseason. Like,
Oh, I
With
think
the
I
draft
tweeted that
position,
with the cap hold.
Harbaugh would be hard pressed not to take the Bears coaching job.
I think they have tons of pieces to work with. Keep Fields, draft first, trade the other first round pick for another star player or whatever. They're in a perfect position to make something happen. So
Defense about to boom. Defense is Sweat was.
They
on
get
like
the
a
right
missing
coach.
piece.
They get the right coach and they get the right culture, and you'll see a turnaround like what's happening in Houston.
And I don't think
Facts.
Harbaugh'll be a good coach no more in this era.
And I think he would be because
I don't know,
Harbaugh is a
his
quarterback
game
coach.
is too old school. Nah, he's really a runner. He's a running and defense type of system. That's not going to work in this NFL no more.
John
Bro,
Call,
bro.
John,
Jim,
Jim,
Michigan.
You talking about
John's brother.
Michigan, Jim?
Mr.
Like,
Michigan?
bro,
Yeah.
come on, bro.
Mr.
Which
Michigan.
Come on, bro.
Which Harbaugh are you talking about? You talking about John?
Mr. Michigan Coop. Mr. Michigan Harbaugh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. What Lou talking about? What you talking about, Lou?
Michigan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What are we talking about? He's done in Michigan. He's done in Michigan. Yeah. Regardless if they win the CFB, it don't matter. He's out of there. He's gone.
Yeah. I don't think he'll be good in the NFL though, as a head coach no more.
Nah, I think
he was great in San Francisco. What are you talking about, bro?
And that defense in running, that's not the NFL. That's moved on. That was like 12 years ago.
Okay, what he's doing with JJ and what he's doing with
he
used to be a quarterback.
Him and his brother. He's a perfect quarterback coach. He had Colin Kaepernick in MVP vote. Come on, bro. Come on, don't do this. Don't do this, bro.
Kaepernick wasn't really. Kaepernick was running though. He wasn't. You acting like he was laying it up. And bro, he ran. That they wasn't. Kaepernick did his thing, but there was a running defensive team in San Fran.
Okay,
they was not laying it up.
And you're telling me they can't do that in Chicago?
No, that's what I'm saying. That style of offense is not going to work in this NFL. That's what I led
bro,
the conversation.
You see what
Michigan's working in Baltimore.
You see what Michigan
will run the same thing as his brother.
You see what Michigan's doing? No, first of all, Jim changed everything up once he got to Michigan, and he has a personnel that he likes, and he has everything. He has all the tools that he wants. They're throwing the ball.
They're running the ball,
and they have the number one defense in the country. Come on, bro.
Blake is running. They're running the ball OD in Michigan.
Yeah, they running back who get 2 touchdowns a game is carrying that.
And they're still throwing it. They're doing whatever they got to do to win.
But they're a running and defensive team.
Okay, and you're telling me you can't do that in Chicago. Chicago is built on that.
Then the NFL was not made up for running. And name a successful team right now that's running and passing the ball.
The Ravens.
I mean, running and playing.
The Eagles. San Francisco.
The Eagles did both.
San Fran.
San Fran does both too.
Okay, and you're telling me that Chicago can't do that?
No, I can. The only team I can think of is like the Titans.
Come on,
the Titans have been cool, but they never. Really
I think Harbaugh being a quarterback, being an ex-quarterback, being a quarterback coach, being around, he's going to make Fields better. I think that he would be the perfect coach to come into that situation. In my opinion, I think that he would be the perfect coach to come into that situation. You can't name me one head coach vacancy right now where we have head coaches out there where we know for sure that they're looking for a job that will come into that Chicago situation and will make them a better team. I think Harbaugh does that.
If you talking about,
I'm not gonna lie. This is one where I agree with Lou. I do because I kind of want him in New England. I'll take him in New England.
I don't think he'll be that good. I don't think his style of offense is not going to grasp with this new era of NFL offense.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know because he's doing.
You're saying that like he can't adapt. You're saying it like he's not known to adapt. He did it in San Francisco. He adapted.
It was a running.
He adapted to his personnel.
He adapted.
Like that's what I don't understand.
That San Fran team was the same thing as Michigan. How it's always been running in defense. How did he adapt?
But the thing is,
what are you talking about? You're telling me that Cap wasn't throwing?
He's doing a lot of RPO stuff. He's doing a lot of RPO stuff in Michigan too. He could do that with Fields. That's part of the NFL.
Yeah, the RPO, yeah. But I don't think Fields is even that quick of a decision maker to even do RPO to keep a G with you, because I think that's what he's lacking.
You need a coach to break the game down for you.
That's what I'm saying.
You need a coach to put you in position to succeed with the RPO.
And I think Harbaugh is the perfect coach because he sees the game as a quarterback. He's an ex-quarterback. He's going to simplify the game enough for Fields to get a grasp, and then Fields is gonna pop. Same thing that happened with Jalen.
I don't believe that. And Jalen is just made up different. I like Fields a lot.
I agree. I think Jalen is the equivalent of Kobe when it comes to seeing the game and thinking business is business. But Fields is right there. All you need is a coach. Harbaugh would be the perfect. That's the perfect situation for Harbaugh.
Jalen and Fields have nothing in common outside of running. And I don't even think the running is that common.
You're right. They have nothing in common because Fields is a better thrower of the ball. Fields has a better arm. So at the end of the day, I think Jim will put him in position to succeed, and Chicago will benefit off of that.
Fields have a stronger arm. He's not a better he's a stronger arm. Jalen still throws in anticipation. He reads defenses. He slices it. It's a whole different thing. Just like running, they don't even have the same running style. Jalen runs like a power back. I just think you have a vendetta against Harbaugh, bro. I think that's what I'm gonna chalk it up to. Because at the end of the day, what Harbaugh has done in San Francisco is nothing short of amazing.
what he did with the quarterbacks that he had.
You know he got fired from there, right? You know he got fired from San Fran.
Yeah, he got fired for missing the playoffs after making the Super Bowl 2 seasons prior and making the playoffs the past season. And you had an injured Cap. That season that he got fired, Cap was injured. And who they starting in his place?
Bro,
I think it was Mullen.
Cap
was it Kellen Mullen?
Name a game that Cap won with
who they start? Mond? Who they start?
Kellen Mullen.
Troy, can you look that up?
Nick Mullins.
I don't
Nick
even
Mullins.
know. But
Thank
Cap
you. It was Mullins.
Cap
I would have fired everybody too. You
Cap was
starting
always
Mullins.
electric with his legs. Cap was electric with
he's
his
still
legs,
expending.
Never
Come on, bro.
I don't think he ever had more than like 3,000 yards.
We gotta move on. I want to argue. We'll argue about this later. We'll argue about this later. I don't want to.
Cap, you know he got fired.
You're
making it sound like he retired on his own. He got fired.
All right, you got it, bro. I want. we'll continue this later. Let's just move on. Let's give our power rankings. Let's give our power rankings, our top 10 real quick, and then we'll get into our week 12 drill.
I don't, bro. Week 13. Top 10 is a lot. I don't even got my laptop.
We can do top 7. Top 7. Let's do 7. 7 minutes of death. Let's do it. 7 seconds of death.
I don't even like
top
7. I'm gonna just fire off. I'm gonna go the Eagles, the Niners, the Cowboys, the Chiefs. Eagles, Niners, Cowboys, Chiefs. No. Eagles, Niners, Ravens, Cowboys, Chiefs. And for my last 2, I'm gonna go. I feel like I'm missing. I guess I guess maybe the Lions, but it's like with a question mark. And then for my 7th might surprise you. I ain't gonna lie. My 7th is Denver.
Okay,
not surprising.
We were just talking about Denver.
Not surprising.
Yeah, we were just talking
you
about
missed the Denver segment. It's not surprising.
Mm-hmm. That's not surprising because I told Lou I trust the Broncos over the Chiefs right now.
Yeah, we had a conversation about that. But go ahead, Troy.
I'm gonna go Eagles, Niners, Cowboys, Chiefs, Ravens, Dolphins, Jags. We doing 7 or 10?
You could do 10.
7 is calm.
But 7.
You can drop the other 3. You can drop the other 3.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do 10, go ahead, Troy.
Then I got the Broncos, Lions, and I'm gonna still put the Texans up there.
And before you go, Lou, real quick, if y'all notice, I got the Broncos over the Dolphins. The Broncos has beat more tougher teams than the Dolphins.
I'm not mad at that. Like I said, I'm not mad at the Broncos being that high. Me and you missed that segment. Me and Troy was talking about that.
Or you just mad at Harbaugh getting fired. Go ahead.
I got Eagles, Ravens, 49ers, Chiefs, Cowboys. Where I'm at, 5?
I think that's 5. Yeah.
Eagles, Ravens, 49ers, Chiefs, Cowboys. Now it gets tough. It gets tricky. Jags, Broncos, Dolphins, Lions, Steelers.
No, I'm gonna.
Steelers make my top 10, and it's just off the strength of the defense.
You said the Steelers in your top 10?
Steelers made my top 10.
That's tough.
All right, let's get it. Oh shoot! Wow. Let me add this. Let's get into our week 13 2-minute drill.
Stop
we
the
got
clock.
Oh shoot! Thought I had a cue. I got it. Tomorrow's night's game: the Seahawks at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys open up -9.
Start off, Troy. I'm in the elevator. I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Cowboys.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys, but only because Seahawks going through some injuries right now.
I got the Seahawks, and I'm gonna stand on that. I think that the Seahawks are gonna give them a challenge. Cowboys still haven't beaten a team over 500. I think that this is gonna be one of them games where they don't know what to do.
You know,
taking
Gino's still banged up, right? Gino banged up.
Yeah, I know. I'm still taking. Oh wait, Gino's not playing.
Nah, Gino, I think he's playing, but he's banged up still.
I don't care. If Gino's playing, I got
Pickett not playing.
Gino literally been holding them back. But go ahead.
Broncos at Texans. The Texans open up -3.5.
All right, the Broncos. Let's ride.
This is tough. 2 6-5 teams. Texans at home. They played very well against Houston. CJ put up 30 on NFL's top 2 defense in the Browns. I have the Texans.
Yeah, if this was in Denver, I would take the Broncos. I think the Texans bounce back.
Cards at Steelers. Steelers open up -5.5.
I got the Cards.
Ooh.
I got the Cards.
I see. I like that.
Cards
I like that. Steelers. Steelers open up -5.5.
No, I got Kenny Pickett. So as I got the Steelers.
I got the Steelers. Chargers at Pats. Chargers open up -6.
I'm done. They both battle with the asses, but I'm done betting on the Pats, so I definitely got the Chargers.
For Troy's sake, I'm going for the Chargers.
Justin Herbert is my QB.
Consensus. Colts at Titans. The Colts open up -1.
Division game. I got the Colts, bro. Every time I bet against them, they win. I got the Colts. Jonathan Taylor out though, but I got the Colts.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor's out. I don't know.
He's out. Zach Moss is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I got the Colts.
Zach Moss wasn't utilized correctly in Buffalo. I'm glad that the Colts are embracing him. This one's tough. I want to go for the Colts only because I really like Minshew, and you know I love me some Steichen, but I don't know. Titans have proved that they can still compete, and the defense is they're gelling right now. I'm gonna give the Titans the win, but by like this much.
My hand hurt holding this phone.
Dolphins at Commanders. The Dolphins open up -9.5. I'm consensus, right? We can move on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that game's gonna be closer than what we think. But I got the Commanders. I mean, no, I'm bugging. I got the Dolphins.
Yeah, consensus. Yeah. Consensus. Falcons at Jets. Falcons open up -2.5. I got the Falcons. Jets haven't been shown to stop
the bums too, but yeah, I got the Falcons. I don't know though.
Yo, you know what's funny? Every time I say the Falcons are gonna win, they end up losing. So I should probably go for the Jets.
Why you want the Falcons to win?
I mean, I like Bijan. I want them to flourish.
I don't even know. I'm gonna say Falcons, but I'm not even sure. I can see that happening either way.
I got the Falcons.
It's a Twiller Bowl game, but I'm gonna go Falcons because the Jets, they do have a good defense, but they can be run on. So I think Bijan gonna go crazy.
Lions at Saints. The Lions open up -4.
Lions, but I ain't that high on them no more. I was high on them, but they making me descend.
I'm not mad at that. Consensus?
Nope. I'm gonna go Saints.
I'm not mad at that either. I'm gonna go Lions. I think the Lions bounce back. Panthers at Bucks. Bucks open up -5.5.
Yeah, Bucks.
Yeah. Consensus. Browns at Rams. The Rams open up -3.5.
They saying Joe Flacco taking some first team reps, so he might start.
Nah, he's definitely starting. They already said it.
Whew, I got the Rams.
I got the Rams. Consensus. 49ers at Eagles. The Eagles do not open up -3.
Yeah, we're not favorites. You got the Niners, right? Because you were scared of them.
I got the Niners. I got the Eagles. I'm never, even if we lose, I'm always gonna ride for my team, man.
But that's not
every week.
You supposed to say who you think is going to win.
No, who I think is going to win is
unbiased.
Eagles.
Yeah, unbiased.
I'm biased. I think it's the Eagles. I think we're home. We're home. 1, 2, we're fired up. 3, I think that I think it's totally disrespectful that we're not even favored at home at 10-1, which is beyond me. I think that this is the first time any team with
Vegas.
the best record in the league has not been favored. But the thing is, the Eagles play better when they're underdogs, so I have the Eagles.
I mean, I got us. If we play like we've been playing them first halves, I don't know. But
I think even if we play like how we've been playing at the first half, we find a way to win. That's why I'm not really afraid. I'm not.
It's cool.
Like I said,
we're gonna find a way to win.
I don't want to find a way to win every game.
I was telling.
Find a way, but that's not a winning formula.
That's not a winning formula.
It's not. But I think that I don't think it's gonna go down that way. I think that this game is gonna be one of the games where we put everything together and we look like the scary juggernaut that we actually are. I think that we're gonna be firing on all cylinders. Why? Because everybody's gonna be dialed in. This game has been circled since they made the schedule. Every player in our locker room, every player in their locker room has been talking about this game. Oh, what would have happened if we had our quarterback and we didn't have your quarterback?
What game do you think they were looking more forward to playing, the Niners or the Chiefs?
I think we look more forward to playing the 49ers, to be honest with you. I think that half the locker room probably look forward to playing the Chiefs, but the entire locker room, coaches included, is looking forward to this game.
I don't know. I know if I lose or someone took my ring, I want to spin back and play.
Because at the end of the day, it's not in the Super Bowl. I think that we're looking forward to playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl because we want to run it back and we feel like we're the better team. But at the end of the day, I think it was just another game. I think that it was so lackadaisical. We're coming off the bye. We went into the first half sluggish.
Well, it was raining.
I think that this is the game where we put everything together. Bradbury plays like an all-pro. You got Byard picking off. I'm telling you, this is going to be the game. This is going to be that game.
I think if we come out and if we play decent in the first half, then I think we'll beat them at least by 7.
I don't think we're going to smack them. I think that we're going to beat them by 10.
This is my prediction right here. If we're losing by halftime, we're losing the game.
I don't think
that's my prediction.
I think if we're losing by halftime, it depends on how much are we losing by. Are we losing by more than 7 or are we losing by less than 7?
10, like the last couple of games, we're definitely losing.
I think if we're down by 10, it's still a coin toss. I think we still have a chance. If we're down by 2 scores, like 14, if we're down by 14, I think we lost.
We're down by 10 the last 2 games. So
I'm not concerned with 10. 10 is nothing. If we're down by 14, I think we lose.
That's my prediction. If we're down by 10 at halftime, we are losing again. But I got the Eagles winning.
I'm gonna break it down. EG, you missed it when we went over the Ravens. I forgot who we were talking about. The Ravens and whoever they played last week.
Yeah.
I said that the Eagles kind of remind me of the Ravens these past few years. How y'all haven't been playing complete games, but y'all finding a way to win. Like when the Eagles played the Ravens beat the Chargers last week. That's not a winning formula, like you said. I agree. If y'all losing at halftime, y'all going to lose this game. It's a game of matchups. The 49ers, they're scary on defense, but they're not that scary in the secondary. I think y'all could definitely pass on them. I think AJ's going to dominate. On the flip side, the Eagles are very small in their secondary. I think.
So far. I said we, for the most part, is at like. Go ahead, finish your point.
I think Debo and Kittle and Ayuk can go crazy as well. So I think it's going to be a shootout for the most part. The X factor is that D-line getting after Purdy. I think he's going to be shaking his boots, especially in Philly. So I got the Eagles winning.
Yeah, Reddick gonna go crazy. I got Reddick
Mhm.
having another great game. As far as last year when we played them, Brandon Ayuk was killing Bradbury. He just wasn't getting the ball. Purdy wasn't throwing him the ball. That's why they were calling Bradbury trash. He was killing him on routes, killing him wide open. Purdy was just under pressure. So I'm a little nervous about that. And then this year we give up the most everything to tight ends.
Yeah.
So Kittle can easily have a great
Mhm.
game. But the X factor is the D line, and that makes me a little nervous because Fletcher was hurt, and who else? Somebody else got hurt. I think
Jordan
Milton
Davis.
Williams got hurt, but he might have came back. Jordan
No,
Davis, like they were
Jordan
shaking
Davis
up,
got hurt.
and that's what made me a little
Jordan
nervous.
Davis
Like
got
the
hurt
depth
on the
when he
push out
hustled,
for Josh Allen. Yeah.
when he hustled for it. So it made me a little nervous, but I have faith that we will beat them, but we can easily lose this game because and also the whole complete game thing. It's been 11 weeks, so I think this is who we are. We just an inconsistent.
I
We
was
We're
played a
gonna say
bringing
complete
that's
game
inconsistent
against the
team.
Dolphins.
Yes.
We played a complete game
Yeah.
against the Dolphins.
Okay. What else games?
No other games, just the Dolphins. But I feel
Exactly.
like
That's one out of 11.
when we need to, Dolphins the best team that we played by far, in my opinion.
How?
Dolphins are the best
Nah.
team offensively
Nah.
that we played. Name one other than the Cowboys. Other than the Cowboys.
The Bills.
Other than the Cowboys,
The Dolphins
because
don't do
I
nothing
feel
on
like the
Bills.
Cowboys, it could go either way anyway. But the
Chiefs
Dolphins
is still the best
offensively
team.
has been the best team that we
First of all, you
played
talk about
all year long.
offensively in general. You talk about specifically offensively, but either way, the Bills beat the Dolphins too. The Dolphins didn't do nothing with the Bills.
That's
The
a
Dolphins
divisional
don't beat
game.
good
That's a
teams.
divisional game.
The Dolphins don't beat good teams.
I'm not getting caught up in the
We
divisional
just
hype.
discussed that. The Dolphins don't beat good teams. How are they the best team?
They're not physical. They're
We
just
just
not
played
physical.
the team that just won the Super Bowl and the team that be whipping on the Dolphins. We just spanked both of them. How the Dolphins the best team? They don't even got the best record that we played. And then how you discard? Why you take out the Cowboys?
I feel like coming into this game, everybody's gonna be fired up to play. This matchup specifically. Every single Eagle, not only the fans, the players, the coaches, they had this one circle because of the outcome, because of the crying, because of if Brock Purdy was healthy, we would have won the game. Well, your defense still gave up 30 something points. This is gonna be the game where everybody is going to be playing top notch. And if I have to put a bet on who's the more elite team, I still have my team. I still have the Eagles. Eagles by far have the better defensive line. I don't care if Bosa's over there. They just have Bosa.
It's closer than you think, but we have a better line.
We have the better offensive line.
We are banged up on the line.
When it comes to the offensive line, all they have Trent Williams. I give Trent Williams all the flowers in the world. At the end of the day, their offensive line, their 5 is not better than our 5. It's not.
Yeah, offensive line. D line is closer, especially when we banged up too, makes it even closer because they have Bosa.
And I'm still not scared because of the rotations. I'm still not scared. I think Tua pull
he's not a pass rusher at all.
Marlon is nice. Milton Williams is nice.
He's a good
Milton Williams is nice.
Milton is my guy.
And I think that Nolan Smith is going to get his second sack this season in this game.
Nolan Smith did nothing this whole year. Even when he
has one sack. He has one sack. And guess who it was against? Guess who it was against?
I think it was the Vikings. No, it's Cowboys.
No, he got a sack against Tua.
But it wasn't
he got his first sack of the year on Tua. And I think he's going to get his second sack of the year on Brock Purdy.
You acting like it was a good play. Tua extended the play and stepped up into him. Like it's not even like he beat his man clean up the line.
Sack is the sack, bro.
It is cool, but you dressing it up like something else.
Look, it's gonna happen. We're gonna win this game. We're going to win this game.
I think we're an elite, inconsistent team. That's the label I have on the Eagles. If I shoot a basketball 10 times with my right hand and then take one shot with my left, you're gonna assume I'm right-handed. We've been inconsistent more like 10 games and probably
we still found a way to win.
It was a good one. Yeah, that's not a winning.
Still found a way to win.
That's not
a win is a win. A win is a win. A win is a win. There's no what ifs in football.
Listen, Lou, I think he's spoiled. He's spoiled. He's spoiled.
Thank you.
Thank
you. No, you're spoiled, bro.
I'm spoiled.
You're spoiled.
No, if I was spoiled, I would expect to blow out every single team. I'm not spoiled. I'm trying to be realistic about it.
Hold on. Let me finish. The Ravens, the past 3, 4, maybe 5 years have had the same exact formula. They just find a way to win through the regular season with Lamar. They just find a way. And same thing. When playoff time comes, We'll put a complete game together and we'll make it to the Super Bowl. And has that happened yet? No,
But the
because you
difference
can't
is
just
we're battle
flip it on.
tested. We're battle tested. This is testing us for the playoffs. Everybody said that last year we was not battle tested. We got battle tested all throughout the playoffs, made the playoffs, got battle tested in the Super Bowl, found out that Jalen has the it factor. At the end of the day, all right, so where do you put your stock behind? Do you put your stock more behind Brock Purdy or do you put it behind Jalen Hurts?
I put it behind Jalen Hurts. But
okay,
Jalen
then.
Is not the
okay, then. And we're going to win this game. Why? Because Jalen is not going to let us lose this game.
Bro,
and that's where my money is on.
Halves.
Period.
Last 2 games.
Period, bro.
Jalen has been bad. You make it.
I don't care.
Like
I don't care. He was bad in the first quarter. He started being okay in the second quarter, and he turned it on when it mattered most.
I ain't gonna lie, they had me in the first half.
In the first half,
come on, man.
Quarter, half.
All right. Let's. Chiefs at Packers Sunday night game. Chiefs open up -6.
Chiefs.
Consensus. Bengals at Jags on Monday night. The Bengals do not open up -8.5.
Jags
8.5. All right, consensus.
They got no quarterback.
Consensus. All right. We don't have to argue about this on another episode because
the episode of horrible takes this morning. I like this episode.
Because I had horrible takes because you don't like Harbaugh? Come on, bro.
I don't even know why you said.
He said like DJ Moore.
DJ Moore, but you see how he walked
said
back,
DJ
right?
Moore is not a one.
I'm not
because
saying
on the other side.
because
so
all right, I didn't say it correctly.
By that logic,
I'm not saying that he wasn't the number one.
By that logic, Stephon Diggs is not a number one because there's no one on the other side.
That's not what I'm saying. What I was trying to say is because I was trying to make the argument that he needs more weapons outside of DJ. I said it incorrectly, but that's not. DJ's a number one, bro. DJ, it's the reason why they traded for him. Come on, man. Come on. I was just trying to make the argument for Fields not having the weapons outside of DJ. My bad. Like, share, subscribe. And comment. We're going to be here, man. We'll see you guys next week, man.